So one of the main hang-ups for me doing more woodworking projects is that I don't have any wood. So I've been thinking of using pallets to do it. The trouble with a pallet is that it's so difficult to take apart. It's time consuming to disassemble this pallet, and the results often I end up breaking the wood because I'm wrenching on it so hard. So today I'm going to make a pallet device that helps me to disassemble the pallet using leverage to pull it off. Let's get started. So these are the ingredients I plan on using. An old piece of fence rail. And here's what I had in mind. I was basically going to make a device that I'm going to cut my second piece of metal, but what I'd like it to do is sit like that. This one, of course, will need to be cut to size so it'll work, but I just want something that I can get in between the 2x4s and wrench upward to disconnect the wood. And then I've got this section here that supports the wood while it's being wrenched apart so that it doesn't split. So I hope that does the job. So to assist me in this project, I'll be using my 90 amp flux welder from Harbor Freight. It's not a powerful welder. I don't think I paid more than $90 for it, but it does little projects, 1/4 inch steel around the house. The angle iron I got from an old bed frame. I bought it from a thrift store. If you catch thrift stores on a good sale, it's $5. If the person marking stuff down is maximizing profits, then it'll be $10 for a king-size bed frame of angle iron. The other two pieces, like I said, came from one piece is of a fence post, and the other is the top rail. Let's see how this works. My first step will be to attach this piece of metal to this piece of metal. Alright, things are starting to take shape. I'm just going to weld this piece of angle iron on. Alright, confessions of a YouTuber. I bought the wrong size cutting wheels for my angle grinder. So I had to use a grinder wheel to chop this section. That's why you don't have any video, because I was embarrassed about it. Anyway, I was able to fashion some really terribly not right angle joints. So now I'll just clamp this in place and we'll get this wrapped up. Ooh, that's tight. All right. Now we're ready for one last weld. All right, here we go. So I've taken apart several parts of the board so far, and one of the things I'm noticing is that this design, with the edges being on the top, results in a line scoring on the bottom part of the board. These are deep grooves that are being cut into the bottom of the board as I'm wrenching them off of the pallet. That won't do. It takes 1/4 inch off of the top of my stock, and I won't be able to use this for what I intend to if there's a big gouge like that in there. So this design will not do what I need it to do. So I'll have to make a design change. So, as often happens in prototyping, at least it does with me a lot, the problems with my design didn't become apparent until I had already basically built it. The big problem with my original design is that it puts undue pressure on the wood, on these thin sections. If those two pieces of angle iron were the other direction, this would be a working project. So, while the camera was off, I got some additional angle iron and a longer stick too. I've decided that the length of the stick helps with the angling. So now you can see that my design has flat tops instead of the other style. And see, that's putting a lot more pressure on the wood. Oh. And success. Now the question is, how do I keep it from breaking all the wood? Looks like it's doing the job though. I know with pallet wood projects, a lot of times you have to epoxy the pieces together in order for the job to work. So right now, if I wanted to just dismantle the pallets, I could. It looks like it's successfully doing that. So if I was turning them into firewood, then I definitely have a working tool. I'm going to use it for a project. It looks like I'm mangling them. And I don't want to mangle them. So stay tuned. I'll see if I can come up with a solution for that.